So this comment came in, and I'm gonna read it to you, and then this is actually the main topic, the title of the room today. KORRA Obidi, Groupie, CRiES, or comments, right? The title say CRiES, but again, the drill. So this person comes here to this platform and left this comment, and I thought we should talk about it, right? The person says, let me blow this up and make it a little bigger for you to see. There you go. Let me just make it bigger like this. There you go. Let's read through it like this. The person says, from Athena's birth drama. Okay, I'm guessing that's one of the children of KORRA Obidi and Justin Dean. Just in case I need to bring you up to speed, we did a coverage of a story of a YouTuber who basically they put their life on social media on blast. The guy said he was filing for divorce. He accused his wife of cheating on him, and then retracted it, and then accused her, and then continued, and then basically they dragged each other for a few weeks on the social media. Now, one of those videos or two of those videos went viral on this platform. This is a brand new platform, so people continue to come back and comment. Honestly, I really don't want to talk about it anymore, because again, I prefer talking about issues that concerns men, unless they make a comment that I feel like, okay, men are involved or we can learn some kind of life lessons from. And in this case, that's one of those. So this person says, from Athena, birth drama, that means their child, views, likes, money, goals was not met as expected. Poor girl went through a lot to show the world, and her money goals were not met through all that journey. So now she's accusing KORRA Obidi, the model, dancer, IG model, influencer. She's accusing her of this was all about clouds, basically, right? And then money goals were not met through all that journey. Justin Dean's divorce drama between them two. Views, likes, and money goals was not met as expected. Now to Jamaican vendor drama. So there's continuing to be viral news about them. I'm not covering all of them, but I see them because, again, when I was doing the research for the first video, I've picked up a few. Apparently there was a beef between her about, again, clout money, people advertising. Again, people creating content online is a normal thing. The only thing that's new is the platform. But since the beginning for as long as your parents, your grandparents can remember, there's been something called media, and companies get to advertise. People with products that they feel can serve the public get to advertise, and then they advertise, and then they sell their products, right? So she charges money to advertise other people's business, and apparently somebody felt like she didn't deliver, right? So there's a beef between her and some Jamaican vendor. She hopes this drama should give her likes. Okay, so again, this person is accusing her of doing this all because of likes, right? Now, views, give her likes, views, and bank dollars. And then a bunch of smiley face. Everything is all scam for the likes and views. Numbers and ratings for the numbers. I guess you can accuse me of the same thing, and that's fine. Okay, but yes, it's a reality that this is a business. And by the way, we can appreciate all your thumbs up, we can appreciate your ratings, your comments, because this is a business. It's basically, that's a major reason why it's worth my time, right? The numbers are very important to get more clout and get notoriety to bigger fame in Hollywood. You need drama to circulate your name in the media, big or small. That's a fact. Ain't nothing but facts, right? Now, again, I'm looking at the tone. What's this accusation? Why the accusatory tone? Let's keep going, right? I know in the United States of America, a real Hollywood celebrity does not dry beg their fans. Really? Have you ever heard of public TV, public service TV, something like that? They do ask for donations, okay? But anyway, you probably know better than I do, right? Celebrity does not dry beg their fans, no matter how difficult things are in their lives. She acts poor on social media, struggling to make it to the real Hollywood fame, but yet she is supposed to be a star. Well, you're talking about her. On my channel, that's actually majorly not about her, right? We've had the likes of Tariq Nasheed, O'Shea, Duke Jackson go viral on this platform. So this is not her platform, but yet you came here to comment about her. If you don't believe she's a star, maybe you should tell yourself, and it's time to get yourself to believe that, right? If you don't believe that she's a star, right? At least that's the impression she pretends to give y'all that watch her. Oh, we're watching her. You don't watch her. You just happen to have this time to put a long ass comment about this lady and her family on this platform. It's the hypocrisy that I'm smelling. All right. Smiley face. Is that a smiley face? All she does is dry beg on social media and act like a very innocent Holy Mary in a delicate way to fool others, as she and her family, both in Africa, parents and siblings, African village, and in the USA, children and husband. And these are sizable books. They are minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that, gain for their future, right? So again, I'm asking, it sounds very personal. It sounds like you either know her personally or you are actually a fan. But again, you're having a hard time believing that you're not really a fan. Now, the reason why I bring this up here is because we all, in one shape or form, behave this way. The hypocrisy, right? And I have to call it out for what it is, right? You're over here leaving a long ass comment, but yet you're not a fan. You're accusing everybody else of being a fan, right? Anyways, who needs the most help on this earth? Here goes the holier than thou. I know better. I think I have a better behavior than you. Let's continue to read, right? It's the homeless, elderly, right? And sick children in the hospital, but y'all don't give a hoot about the ones that are actually suffering. Just the ones that can entertain you. So here's the very interesting part about this. You're also being entertained by this person, directly or indirectly. But I guess you have to admit with your own words to really make that true, right? No, I was being sarcastic. You are a fan. It's okay, right? It's okay, right? Now, your action speaks louder than your words. That's the real lesson here. You could say whatever you want, you could type whatever you want, but your action is basically saying you are a fan. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're a fan of Kim Kardashian, a dancer on IG, people that are just purely nothing else they have to bring to the table except entertainment value, or sometimes sentimental value, some kind of non-tangible value. Nonetheless, value. This is a matter of self-awareness, okay? This is a matter of critical thinking. It's not your fault. Many people are like this, but I needed to call this out. Again, I want you to start paying attention to some things that may not come off as obvious to you. But to me, if you took this time to write out this thesis, which I appreciate because it's a comment on this platform, I think it's also important that I point out to you that you are a fan. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And by the way, you can disagree with a person that you are a fan of. You can disagree with them. But if you continue to follow them, that you know so much about them, I think it's high time you admitted that you are a fan. Right? But again, I guess we should manipulate and bring in, taking care of the needy and all this kind of stuff. Let's continue, right? It's the homeless, elderly, sick children in the hospital, but y'all don't give a F about the ones that are actually suffering. Just the ones that can entertain you. As a human to humanity, you should be very ashamed of yourself, in all caps. Essentially, you're yelling at the rest of us. That's fine. That's okay. Supporting a well-off female and her family when you have... Wait, I thought she wasn't a star. I'm confused. Okay. Wait, a well-off female and her family when you have people desperately in need of life survival in Ukraine. Right. She's still... Now, he or she believes honestly that they're the only one that realize that there are people suffering in Ukraine or trying to survive, right? Children hospital, autistic children and adults, people, children suffering from starvation. I can't believe y'all. Now, why did I pull this out? The reason why I pulled this out is this. There are many times like that majority of us, we lack a sense of self-awareness. Do you understand what I'm saying? Self-awareness is everything. It's half the battle won. The thing that speaks the loudest or closest to the truth, there are two things: your actions and results. Those are the things that are closest to the truth. Everything else is basically your version of truth. Everything else, quote unquote, is a fact, whatever, truth, fact, all this kind of stuff, right? But for me, I have to watch your actions, and not just a one-time event or one-time action. I'm talking about your consistent action over time, at least over a period of time. And that tells me everything I need to know in order to make a judgment about you. You are being judged. Either you realize it or not. The moment you walk into a room and there are people in that room, the way you carry yourself, the way you look, the way you acknowledge people, the way you make people feel, they are absolutely judging you. More so about you with your actions than it's about your words. So that's why I felt like I should call this out. Like, stop it, okay? Listen, you're not a fan, you're a fan, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that you are a follower and you're closely following her, and you know all of this story that even I did the coverage. I stopped following it after the first week, after Justin. I made the news because of Justin putting his family on blast. I thought that wasn't a gentleman thing to do, not because you want to be a gentleman, but because you're basically dragging yourself through the mud, through the public. The society is weird. They will judge you and your family. They don't care. And that was basically what that video is about. But you're over here trying to continue to justify Justin when I never said he was wrong. I just said it's not wise to drag your family through the mud. I know it's difficult. It's easier said than done when you feel like you've been hurt by your wife. But ultimately, you want to make sure that you protect yourself by protecting your family around you. Protect yourself by protecting the family, including your ex-wife and all of those people that are connected to you one way or the other. You need to protect them as well. You can hold them accountable without dragging them through the public like that. That was what that video was about. But I guess you're a diehard fan of Justin Obidi and you still feel the need to continue to defend him. There's no need to defend him because I never said it was wrong.